What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a Chicago Bulls injury update video as we discuss the returns against the Cleveland Cavaliers, as well as some really upsetting news about one of our superstars, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be talking all about those pieces of news and injuries in this video. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the current Chicago Bulls team as it stands. Who are you most excited about to return against the Cleveland Cavaliers? And also, what are your thoughts on the big blow for the Chicago Bulls? Again, it might not be officially time for that specific player. Nothing's been official. But if you do the research yourself, it could be potentially a bit damaging for the Chicago Bulls. But let's start off with the official news, ladies and gentlemen, and the returns for the Chicago Bulls most likely. Let's start off with Alex Caruso, who is probable to play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. In my, NBA understanding, probable means about 75% chance that Alex Caruso will play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's a big, massive upgrade for the Chicago Bulls. We're going to get one of the defensive leaders back, one of the league leaders in steals back, and we're also just getting an extremely valuable player returning to the Chicago Bulls. So that's fantastic to see. He'll probably come straight into the starting lineup at this point just because of how many players are actually out due to injury. So it's a big bonus in my opinion. It's a big plus for the Chicago Bulls, and I'm very happy we're going to see this guy return and being able to play and hopefully play at a very high level once he does return. We will need him against the Cleveland Cavaliers if he is to play. He's going to be a big part in us hopefully maybe winning this game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's hope, fingers crossed, all things considered, he's going to be a big player nonetheless. And Tyler Cook, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be seen as questionable to play in this game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Questionable is pretty much 50-50 on whether or not he plays or not. The positive thing about the 50-50 is that even if he doesn't play against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he will more than likely play against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, in my opinion, when Tyler Cook returns, he automatically walks in to this lineup, not the starting lineup, I should say, but the rotation, and he probably takes Tony Bradley's position as the small ball center for the Chicago Bulls. He's someone that can give us diversity, maybe someone that can switch 1 through 5, helps us on the defensive end, very athletic, he can finish at the rim, he has a good body on him as well, so he's not going to feel out of place at the center position. He's very important in my opinion, and he's brought a lot of faith in that position for the Chicago Bulls. He's done some good things while he's been playing at the backup center position, and I have learned to trust him over the season by just how good his performances can be for the Chicago Bulls. So I'm very excited about that, and it's definitely something I can't wait to see if we do end up using him as the backup center. Many Bulls fans have learned to like him. I've definitely learned to trust him as well. He's going to be important for this team once he returns, and hopefully that will be against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Someone that is not going to return against the Cleveland Cavaliers that many people thought would be is Javonte Green. He is listed out for the Chicago Bulls as we turn our heads to all the players that will be out for that game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Javonte Green is probably the most surprising one, all things considered, because many people expected him to return against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but that does bring, again, hope that he could return against Milwaukee, or maybe his time has just not arrived yet for him to return. If he comes in, he probably starts as well for the Chicago Bulls, so that's another starter that is getting a little bit closer to returning, but it's just not his time at the moment. He's a very important player. He's a key component to this team, and he's someone that brings great value and is a big part of why we win, despite the stats may not showing how good he is for the Chicago Bulls. So hopefully his time comes very soon as well. And automatically we're talking about 3 players, ladies and gentlemen, that brings something to this team returning. It brings a big element for the Chicago Bulls. Derrick Jones Jr. is going to be out, we all know. Patrick Williams is going to be out, we all know. Zach Lavine, someone that we all expected to have maybe a possibility to return in this game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It wasn't ruled out until earlier today. He is out for the Chicago Bulls. And I guess the biggest one in my opinion, because this does bring bad news for the Chicago Bulls, and it could be seen as devastating if you guys did some research on the topic of what he has. Lonzo Ball is going to be out against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was reported earlier today that Lonzo Ball has a bone bruise or a bone contusion, I guess you could say, and depending on the severity of how bad this injury is, this could take just 2 weeks at minimum, I would say. and at its best, or as worst, I should say, about 2 months. That's how bad, depending on the severity, this injury is. So we could potentially see Lonzo Ball out for quite a few amount of weeks, or quite a few amount of time for the Chicago Bulls. Our starting point guard, arguably our best defender on the team. He is a defensive leader. He can definitely run the floor. He improves our transition game dramatically. It's very bad to see Lonzo Ball out for a long period of time. Again, nothing too official. The Chicago Bulls haven't announced it. No major report or outlets have reported how long he'll be out for, but the Bulls did say that he has a bone bruise pretty much on his knee, and it could mean some missed time for the Chicago Bulls. So it's going to be a big blow regardless. 2 weeks, 2 months, big blow nonetheless. And let's just hope we get to see him back as soon as possible. We all know how important Lonzo Ball is to the team, and it's something that I feel very upset about. Hopefully we get to see him back as soon as possible. So the injuries keep on piling up, and I truly feel we will not see the Chicago Bulls fully healthy the whole season. I think we saw a glimpse of it at the start of the season. Patrick Williams got hurt. I don't think we're going to see a fully healthy Chicago Bulls team this season. It looks like we're just going to have one of those seasons where players get injured at different times in different lengths, and we're just not going to see this whole team healthy, which is very, very, very upsetting. Obviously, protocols played a huge factor in that as well, which sucks. But again, this is a team that should be very resilient. We're going to have some players return. We're going to have a lot of depth in this team returning for the Chicago Bulls. And hopefully players that are in this team like Ayo and Kobe White can continue to perform at the level they do. So we only have a stronger team, and we're not really just filling in the holes with different players. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just hope that we get to see Lonzo Ball back sooner than later. Let's hope Zach Lavine comes back very soon. And let's just hope we can start winning some games, and we'll live and see what happens with the rest of our players and, of course, the results at hand. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Hopefully enjoyed the video, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. The game reaction for the Cleveland Cavaliers will happen very late, just because I will be traveling home on the time that it is playing, and I won't be home pretty much until probably very early in the morning for you guys. So it definitely won't be happening at that night. Maybe people will like that. I personally don't like that. I wish I could do it right after the game, because that is when the mind is at its freshest. I've just watched the game. I've seen everything that I needed to see. I can make reports on the game, stuff like that. It's much easier to do right after the game. But regardless, I will definitely have a Bulls and Cavs game reaction. Just might be a little later than anticipated. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.